In this video, we're discussing knee flexion pails and rails from a tall or a half kneeling position. We can also do this from a supine position as well. Now, this position for knee flexion pails and rails can be rather compromising for some people, very easy to cramp out. So during that time, we want to fight through the cramp as much as we can, but if you have to, punch it, slap it, scream at it, yell at it, do whatever you need to do to try to fight off the cramp if that occurs. But really, we want to try the best we can to fight through it. So for this position, we're going to come into that tall kneel. Now, equipment we need, a stick of some sort, something to balance with, something like a yoga block or books. I'm also going to be using a yoga mat for my knee. This is not an exercise where we're going to be driving our knee into the ground and make it hurt, so if you need to, cushion something up with it. So I'm going to start by getting into my tall kneel, my half kneel, I mean, apologies, driving my foot up towards my butt. So that is going to be the first position. I want to see kind of how far up I can go. So for me, it's roughly about this block. Now, one thing I want to really emphasize on this position is we are going to try to compensate by pointing the toe as we go through this movement. I want to, as much as we can, maintain dorsiflexion through the ankle. So don't point that toe, try to keep that ankle at a 90-degree angle. So for here, I'm going to then posteriorly tuck my pelvis, feeling that stretch come through my quad. My pelvis contraction, I'm going to drive my foot down into the block, really feeling that quad engage. Working up to my working tension level, whatever it is, our greatest safest effort, holding that for 8 to 10 seconds. So driving down. Now from this point, I'm going to do my rails contraction, trying to drive my leg up towards my butt. Now at this point, as I told you, I want to keep my foot as much in that 90-degree angle as I can. Now, if we have to, we're going to oftentimes see that compensation of the foot pointing there. So when that happens, we typically are going to be losing some tension in the hamstring. If we cramp out, that's a way we can loosen that cramp, but like I said, fight for the dorsiflexion of that position. So to recap that, going into our position here, posteriorly tucking, feeling stretch through the quad, driving down into the block, reaching our working set, or working tension, apologies, holding for 8 to 10 seconds, driving that foot towards the butt, trying to keep that toe in that foot dorsiflexion, and then relaxing down. Once again, this is pails and rails for knee flexion from a half kneel.